Welcome. Well, this is Three Moms Breaking Down, and we are breaking down the Real Housewives of Atlanta episodes 10 and 11. We are here with the wonderful Stephanie and the amazing LaCrystal. I am Valencia, and yeah, let's get into it. How you ladies doing?
Doing good for a Monday.
Doing good.
So, the tea look like it's getting good. I mean,
Ruin.
Shamia and Portia meet with Dennis and have dinner.
That was interesting.
It was. It was. Now, I know it didn't like start off with that, but that is interesting.
Right.
um,
Especially since, all the ladies, including them, are getting on Drew about not going to, Portia first instead of, about Dennis. But they're going
Right.
to her husband. And I'm pretty sure they didn't tell her about, hey, we about to meet with your husband.
And that's her
sure
actual
didn't.
husband. That ain't just her baby daddy.
Well,
Right.
Shamia says that she isn't in the wrong because they did a podcast together.
They didn't do a podcast together. She was a
Their
guest
husbands.
on their podcast, one episode.
Um,
So, I mean, that's a stretch saying they did a podcast together.
It's a stretch, right?
Yeah. He was just trying to get on the show.
Yeah. So I was like, okay, well, I guess it doesn't matter really. So I don't know why everybody's so upset about things, but I don't know. I feel like Portia came because she felt like it was a get back, even though she acts like it
Right.
wasn't.
It was.
But I had no idea he was gonna be there. But when you seen him, like,
That's a lot of
you
people
didn't seem
exactly. Now
surprised.
Ralph didn't know she was
right.
gonna be there. He looked shocked. He was starstruck, like
Wow, Portia.
right.
Portia's here.
But
For
girl, you knew
real.
he was gonna be there. She
I
couldn't
mean,
wait to start talking.
yeah, so they meet up and he says he never cheated, but she cheated with Ty,
Do we believe
and
that?
No.
they wrote back a clip, and she was like, she laughs at my jokes, she listens to me, and I'm just like, maybe she did. I think she did.
I know they spent a lot of time together,
Yeah,
but her and Ty have the same story. They were just friends. They spent time together. They talked. That was it. Ralph says they cheated, and Ty's ex, Mimi, because she's on Love and Hip Hop Atlanta, and they were together.
yeah,
She said they cheated. She got proof.
No.
yeah, and I believe it. That's why they're not together
Mm.
right now.
But did she ever show the proof? I don't know.
I ain't seen it
I'm so tired of people threatening proof and never show it. If you
and
got
never
proof,
show
put it
it.
out there.
She might have she might have showed it to Ralph or, inner circle, but just didn't put it out to the world.
But you said it
Or
publicly, so put the proof out publicly. That's how I feel.
I I
what
think
if
she
the
did
proof
it.
is like, something that would have really embarrassed Drew or like disrespect her as a woman, like a video or something.
Texting, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
maybe.
I don't know. Who knows?
I don't
We're all
care if you cheating
Right.
on
speculating.
me. You cheat on me and I catch you cheating and I got the proof. And I don't care if it's naked pictures. You finna get put out there. Look, here's the
You gonna put
proof.
it on a billboard?
This whore's in my phone and my girl's phone, like, and they're
Yeah.
sexting. Like,
But
yeah,
I don't know. It ain't worth getting sued over, I guess.
Mm,
yes,
yeah.
I guess. But yeah, so he says he never cheated, but he kind of it seemed to me like he hesitated a little bit, like he had to think about it.
Hmm.
Like, should I be honest? If you're not cheating, then you definitely was like sexting yourself. Because she said she got text messages of multiple women's, calling her or sending her text messages. So I believe her too. I think, they both had their part in infidelity. So
I do too. I think it both of them probably did.
Yeah, yeah,
Especially
they
if
did.
multiple women is coming to you. I can see
Mm-hmm.
maybe one you can question, but even that, but multiple women, yeah, you can't deny that.
Yeah. So I was surprised that they actually sat down and ate dinner and he was, willing to sit down with them and, they're talking. And even Portia, when she gets there, she's like, apparently Drew sent Dennis a text, like trying to screw him. And he's like, what? Let me see that. And he's just like, no, bring me my money. And I'm just like, I think she just got this all
She
mixed
does.
up. He denied
She
it and
she
she's
gotta
still going
stop
with
with
it.
this text message. She brought it up to
Yeah.
him. Remember he explained it last
Mm-hmm.
episode. You
Mm-hmm.
misinterpreting that. It's not me she's with. And even Ralph
Right.
was like, "Oh, I thought she was with somebody else." She probably
Right.
got a
Mm.
whole man. She is not thinking about Dennis. I know
Right.
she did say on the after show. She was like, "Dennis ain't my type." She was like, "You see my ex. I like a certain physique. I don't like bellies." Like she said it. She was like, "He
Ah,
ain't my type." So maybe that was kind of like their agreement. Like maybe Dennis was like, "Okay, I'll talk to your husband out of respect. You talk to Portia, and we'll squash." Maybe that's what the agreement was.
I mean, maybe
Maybe.
it was because I think she said something like that
She
about.
said she talked to Portia. So,
I don't know because she lies and then she like says she talked to her, but then she can't get a hold of her. So if you can't get a hold of her, how did you talk to
right.
her? But
They all
okay,
lie. They all lie
yeah.
just to say whatever makes them look good in the moment.
So yeah, I thought that little their conversation was interesting, and they're all making him pay for it. Like it's on your
Right.
tab. We finna order
And
dessert.
see,
Like
they wrong for that because he thought he was paying for Shamia. He didn't know he was paying for both of them. And Portia like, oh, I want the steak. Oh, we getting appetizers? Like she was going
hmm
in.
She, I
I get
want
a
the
free
lobster
dinner.
bites. Like,
Right.
dang.
That's
Okay then.
crazy.
That's funny.
At one point, they forgot he was even there. They talking about what happened the other day, and he just sitting there like a dodo. It's like, dude, you
Just
shouldn't even have
listening.
tried. Why did you even come? I didn't like that they all filmed together. Like, don't do that.
No, you didn't like it?
No, I think it was just trying to throw shots at Drew,
Yeah, it was.
but I feel
It
like it
was.
backfired because she don't even care. She was unbothered.
Yeah. Yeah, because Angela told her that they were or she said she heard. So someone told her from the cast that they had dinner with them or they seen them
Hmm.
out. And she didn't seem to care. I mean, of course I'm sure she felt some type of way, but she didn't act like she did when she
Right,
found out. So she ain't going ballistic like Portia, acting mad and crazy over the situation. So whatever.
right. Mhm.
Then it went to Britt talking to her husband. She said she don't mess with Angela. So I guess they got beef. So they got beef and
Same old
she's
thing with
like,
Brett.
yeah. Yeah, but I like Angela. I don't think anything that she said was wrong in any way. And I think
Right.
she really she's the one playing the victim, like still upset about a simple question. So we'll see. Oh, but then she attacked her, with them stretch marks around your lip. When she told her husband that, he was like, why would she say
But
that?
see, and even though she flipped it so she could be the victim again, like, because even her, well, she started it. No, actually, your wife started it. She was responding to your wife, but she didn't tell it that way.
Mm,
She
She
of
didn't.
told it
course.
like Angela said it, and then she came back at her talking about her husband. But no, y'all, you started
Oh,
it. Feel
Yeah,
like
she
she just
definitely
has to
plays the
play the
victim.
victim.
Hmm.
Yes. But then
yeah.
when she was talking later on in the episode, when she was telling him, like, oh, you're gonna meet with my sister. Well, she plays the victim. Girl,
Oh, well, and I heard that. I was like, wow, everybody plays the
she says
victim, don't
everybody plays the
they?
victim but her. And she the
Everybody.
biggest victim there is. I don't like her. I'm sorry. I just don't.
I don't think anybody likes her at this point.
I was trying to give her the benefit of the doubt, but it's just like you just keep proving who you are.
Okay.
Going back to that dinner for a minute. What do y'all think when Shamia started bringing up like her and Angela were beefing because of Portia, and Portia was like, "No, it ain't about me. It was about you." Like it's almost like she tried to make Portia her scapegoat. Like, well, Angela just don't like me because I'm defending you. But she was like, "No, it's your actions. You don't have." She's basically saying like, "You don't have to defend me." She was like, "Don't." She
Hmm.
tried to put it on Portia why her and Angela didn't get along. And Portia was like, no, it was because of you and your actions why y'all don't get along.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
Angela wanted Shamia to hold Portia accountable, and Angela felt some type of way that she didn't, and Shamia stuck to like it's not none of my business, and she's like,
Hmm.
well, why is she still mad at me, but she can forgive you
Right.
for what happened with you, but she can't forgive me for not, you know, holding her down. Which do y'all think that like Shamia should have held Portia accountable
Um,
for saying what she was saying? She should have been like, "Hey, don't say that because you know I'm married and I don't want nobody talking like that about my husband."
no. I think the situation they were in, no. Because I mean they were all drunk. Nobody was listening.
Yeah,
That's true.
yeah,
And Portia is her own person. Like Shamia's not
Right.
her mom. She can't control what she says. And even if she did be like, that's not right, it's still, I mean, Portia gonna do whatever she wanna do.
Exactly.
right,
Angela is mad at the wrong person. Like if you gonna say that about Shamia, you should be like that towards all the women because weren't they all there? And none of
Yeah.
them,
Well, she
exactly.
did
said
say
anything.
Brit, she felt some type of way too, because the married women, she feels like they should have spoke up. Because she was saying like her friends would like have defended marriage, period. Like, don't say that.
Mm,
I don't know.
I guess I get it in some way, but
I
then
get it.
they're not obligated to do it.
No.
So they didn't do it, so they didn't do it. So now you speak up if you
Right.
feel some type of way. So, you know, let your concerns be heard. And she did, and they apologized and they trying to get over that. So they're
Yeah.
trying to move past it. So
But I don't see why she's
over.
more mad at Shamia than she is Portia when Portia is the one that said it.
Yeah,
exactly.
I think that was
It's
dumb.
weird.
Yeah, that's weird.
Yeah, I
Maybe
do
because
I do
she
think that's
feels
dumb.
like y'all said, maybe because Shamia is married, but still,
Yeah.
that don't make sense.
Right.
Yeah. Well, she gonna have to get over it because Shamia don't seem to care and life goes on. So
Yeah. Like she just needs to move on from that. Okay, they laughed. Let it go. Like, let it go.
mm,
Right.
yeah.
And her and
And during
Kevin,
that
what do
dinner,
y'all think about were you going to steal the dinner?
yeah, during the dinner, didn't Ralph say something about when he filed divorce? When they were filing for the divorce?
Oh yeah, Portia asked him who filed first, and he said I did. But
Mm,
I mean, come on. Now we know what happened. I don't know if y'all see that when it was happening, how they
I
were
didn't see
saying
that.
Drew was about to file and he found out. And so they literally like were racing each other to
The
get to the
courthouse.
courthouse to see who could get there first. And I guess he beat her by like a few seconds or something. So technically he filed first, but they were both like right there. It was like a race. Who's gonna
That's
win?
crazy.
Like,
So when he filed
why?
and she still filed,
I don't know. How does it work?
idea. I'm thinking she filed too
Like, can you
because
both file?
I think so. I think you could file your own version of what it is
Hmm.
that is causing y'all divorce. So
But do they think like, oh, if you file first, you get some kind of like, what's the benefit to filing first?
Just to say I filed
I'm
that
leaving
I
I'm
you.
yeah, that I'm the
Like,
one that wants out.
oh,
I
It's
guess
just
it
all
just
ego
shows
for him.
like yeah, maybe it shows that you're the one that like is hurt. Like I don't want to deal with this and anymore, so I want a divorce and I did it first, so I wanted it. And she didn't want it until I wanted it. So maybe it's something like that.
Who
It just
knows?
shows who, got tired and fed up first.
It's just petty to
Mhm.
me.
Yeah,
I don't know.
it is. It is. She feels like they're at war and she's not happy about that.
Hmm.
But they got more court dates to follow up with, so
It
I can't wait
just
to see who gets what.
right. It's just unfortunate because the kids suffer. They didn't ask for that, so they should try to be the most mature for the kids, I think.
Yeah, they should. And doesn't her mom say like the kids are out of control and she
Yeah,
thinks it's,
well,
due to
she's
Yeah.
acting.
everything
They're
going
acting
on?
different.
Hmm.
Yeah.
But Drew wasn't even trying to hear that. She was,
Started crying. Like she didn't notice that that was going
Right.
on with her kids. And
but she needs to address it. Like it's not gonna go away. It's just gonna
Mm-mm.
keep continuing to be what it is until you sit down with your kids. And I mean, pretty sure they know they're going to. I don't know. Does the kids know they're going through a divorce, or
the
because
oldest
wasn't
ones
Daddy in
Claim
the
does.
the judge said they can't tell them, which is insane when it's in the blogs.
what? The judge can't. The judge said they can't tell their kids that they're going through a
Yeah,
divorce.
that's what she said.
Hmm.
She's lying. She's lying. She's a liar.
Oh
So that
yeah.
don't even make sense. But they gotta know something up. Man is living in the basement.
Right. They're not sleeping together, so something going on.
Oh, what do
Mhm.
y'all think of Angela's property? I thought the kitchen, like the living room, that was pretty.
Is it worth 3 million though?
All right. She said it
Not at
wasn't.
all.
No way.
It's not. Like I need high ceilings, I need chandeliers,
Not to
like
mention
the
that
pool,
closet. That
the
was the
closet.
primary closet.
No way. It
Mhm.
didn't even have nowhere to hang your clothes.
It looked
But I'm
like
pretty
like
sure it's that much because of the area, the property value. Because you come here to Nashville, you get
well,
a 200, I mean a 2,000 square foot house for a couple million,
wow,
depending on where it's at. Yeah, it's
that's
crazy.
crazy.
It
Hmm.
is.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, because I don't know. She showed the pool. Like, why you even show the pool on TV? Like, you should have kept that to
Yeah,
yourself. Like, you should have had it together. She invited Kelly over to show her
I
around, thinking
know.
she might purchase this home. Like, no. Kelly, she like her expense is
Yeah.
like she up there. Like, she need that house.
I hope she doesn't show it really like that. Like either drain it fully or just clean it up and put the water in there. Like that pool looks so nasty.
It did. It could at least been
I don't
drained.
think she's gonna get the money back. When she said that she was how much in debt with these houses? Two
Two
million?
million. Two
Two
million.
million.
Those seem like bad investments to me. I'm sorry.
It it does. And she's trying to show Charles that she could be responsible financially, but
Right.
them were some bad investments.
They
And you
were.
talking about 3 million for a house that the primary closet ain't even big. Like you need a huge closet for 3 million. I just don't see it like
Yeah, like a big
at
walk-in.
all. Mm-hmm.
That was tiny.
Yeah, it was. So maybe 200,000 she could sell it for, but 3 million, that's too much.
Not happening.
200,000.
We see that little hand. She was
Uh-huh.
she was quiet though. She was whispering.
We're
Oh,
home.
Right. Uh-huh.
it's
Like I
cute.
just want to let you know. I'm back. That what do you think about what her conversations with Kelly, where she opened up about how her husband actually did cheat and all of that?
Oh yeah. That's right. She explains
Hmm.
the whole baby situation.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and on the after
Yeah.
show, she went more in depth with what really happened. So what she said was they were at an event. I guess Wendy Williams and her husband were doing like a cooking event. And after when she saw her, she was like, "Oh, talking to her." And she was like, "I don't know why I did that. I don't even really know the lady." But she was like, "It's just a baby. You can get over that." Like trying to give her advice about her marriage. And it's like, who wants to hear that when this is like devastating? That's the worst thing that woman ever
Mhm.
went through. Finding out he had
What?
a secret baby, and you gonna tell me I could stay? It's just a baby, and I don't know you. And so I guess Wendy asked her, like, "Well, have you ever been through that?" And she was like, "Yeah, I have." And I guess Wendy thought she looked at Charles, saying, like, "Yeah, he did it." So she went on her show and told the story, like, "I was out and she told me that Charles had a baby on her too. So that's how it ended up all over the internet.
Mhm.
Right. And she
Wendy
said
was
she just met her
messy.
first.
Hmm.
Yeah, Wendy always messy. They should have
But
seen
she
that
should have
coming.
known that. Like, girl. But yeah,
Should
she
have
Right.
said it was
specified.
her daughter's father that
Hmm.
had a secret baby. So actually, she didn't know, but she was the side chick. She thought she was the main, but she was the side chick, and his girlfriend was pregnant at the same time she was pregnant.
Dang.
The girlfriend thought that she was the main chick.
Angela thought she was the main chick, but she was really the side chick.
Weren't they married,
No, her and her
Angela?
ex weren't married. No.
Okay.
That's good.
Wow.
Yeah. But say he was
Wow.
he was like, you know, living a whole separate life with his real girlfriend. If she was just on the side, but she didn't know.
That's crazy.
A double life.
Mhm. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
crazy. But what do y'all think about her saying like he was cheating because he needed that validation after? I don't know if y'all heard about how he got thrown out of Madison Square Garden on
Yeah,
camera.
I heard that.
Yeah, and she was saying after that it kind of changed him. Like she could tell he just was like, searching to prove like, oh, I still got it. I'm still the man. So he was out here
Cheating
cheating.
on her?
Yeah, and she was saying them women would be calling and she would be answering like, this is his wife. He's married now. And she said one of them told her like, girl, you need to tell him that, not me. And that's when
Mm-mm-mm.
she was like, you know
Yeah.
what? You're right. So they separated. She said, I was like, look, you need to go find yourself, figure it out. If you do, we can come back together. She said they had just had a baby, like, and he was out in these streets.
Well,
But
good
she,
for her to stand up for herself and separate from
right.
Yeah.
that because
Yeah.
Hmm.
you can't just treat me like that and I'm just gonna
No, just
stay.
to make yourself feel better.
Right. You need to go to
Yeah.
Yeah.
therapy and heal whatever it is within you.
Yeah. But she
She
said
said she
being
wasn't
on
trying to
the
make no excuses, but
right.
she was making excuses for him. Like, no, like
Yeah.
he cheated. Period. He
Yeah, but she
cheated.
did say being on the show now helped her empathize because it's like I can see what it's like now being on TV, feeling that shame. But still, that's no excuse because you're not out here cheating because you're on a show.
Right. There's no
Right.
That's no
excuse.
excuse.
Like I said on episode 1, if you cheat on me, I'm cheating back. So hopefully she went and got hers and did her thing because
Valencia,
she
you
deserved
hilarious.
it. She deserved it. But yeah, because I don't know. Like I said, that's a deal breaker. So I mean, at least he didn't have no baby on her, but
Right, but you still
you
were out
know.
here.
Yeah, and you still face, you still got embarrassed because all the little rumors that came after that, and they got it confused, thinking it was Charles and it was the other baby daddy. So,
Hmm.
Well, it seems like he
yeah,
got his act together.
It
yeah,
That's
it
does.
seemed
good. They
like
can come
it.
back together.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then that's after that. Portia met up with Angela and they played some tennis together. And again, it's bringing up the text message that Dennis showed her, and I'm just like, she can't get over this. Like, what's going on?
Yeah. It's
She
like
just
she
want
just
to
wants
spread the
to
rumor.
she just wants them to be sleeping together so bad.
Yeah, so
It didn't
bad, so
happen.
bad. Or now she's just trying to make it seem like she made an advance at him. He rejected her. Like now she's trying to act like he rejected her advances. So
Right.
haha. But
So
it's just crazy.
do you think that's why Angela said that what she did about Shamia, like trying to protect Drew? Like, oh, okay, so you about to tell me some tea about my friend. Let me tell you about your friend, what she said about you.
I didn't
Mm.
So
think
you,
about it like that.
I kind of thought that when I watched it, like, oh, I see what you're doing. You gonna tell me
Trying
about
to,
my friend. Let me tell you something about what your friend said or is doing.
I didn't even think about that.
Yeah,
That was a
she
little
And
likes
it's a
slick if
little
that
to.
was the case.
payback for Drew too. Like, oh, I got your back, girl. Look, I'm about to get her good, you know?
Mm-hmm.
It's so messy.
Very. Do we believe that Shamia actually said those things, or do we think she's making it up?
She said them. I think she said them. She knew too many details. Like how she know she didn't go to her wedding unless
Right.
she spoke on it. So I think she said it. And do I think she should have like opened her mouth to her about it? Probably not. Cause you just
Mm-mm.
stirring the pot by doing that. And Portia got upset and was like, I thought, I knew them longer. I knew her longer than she knew these girls. And I thought she'll come to me and talk
Right.
to me about it. And she didn't.
Which is what
So
she should have done. Like,
yeah.
you talking to
Right.
these girls you barely even know.
Mm-hmm. She's like, what makes her comfortable enough to open up to these girls she don't even know?
Right.
So, she felt hurt immediately and got upset. Yeah, understand, her pain. Would
Hmm.
you be upset too?
Yeah.
I don't think she would. I don't think she has a right to. I mean, she has a right to be upset, but I don't think she should be upset because she doesn't seem like she likes to listen to anybody. So it seems like if somebody would have came to her and said anything, she would have just brushed it off and acted like they ain't say nothing.
She probably would.
I
She
think she
doesn't
was just
listen
doing
though.
all that crying for the camera.
You think so?
Yeah.
I think so. Because later on, when she does speak to her about it, she's not doing all that crying.
That's
Crying I
true.
did seem fake too, so we'll get to that.
Yeah.
Yeah. And yeah, I just think she just needs maybe she just needs a storyline. She just needs to
Hmm.
be upset and mad about something, you know?
Yeah. But I do know,
So,
and like with Angela, okay, they did say on the show before that she didn't go to her wedding, but that stuff about like her not wanting her on the show at all and wanting to share the spotlight with
oh,
her, she wouldn't have known that unless Shamia said it.
Mm.
yeah, right, right. She
But
knew
she did,
details that she shouldn't have known.
right, but she did say no, I submitted a list and she was on it. So I wanted her here. But do we think she really wanted her there, or was it just like, okay, I'm gonna submit your name because I know you want this and you're my friend and I have to pretend like I'm supporting you? But I know her husband for years said, heck no, we're not doing it. And Portia
Hmm.
knew that.
Mm.
So was it just, okay, I'll submit you because I know it won't happen?
No. I mean, hopefully, I would think if they're best friends, Portia would be supportive and really want her on the show if that's what she wanted. But man, you never know with Portia.
Yeah, I don't think she really wanted her in the show. Like I think like we said before, she wanted to be the main and she just knew if Shamia was on there, Shamia was gonna like soak up all the spotlight and take her shine. So maybe she didn't want her on the show.
I
She
don't
wanted
think
somebody that
so.
she could probably belittle and make feel like they were irrelevant, like Drew.
Right. Or, okay, if I'm gonna try to play like maybe she wanted to protect their friendship because she knows the second people come on this show, they go in and
Um,
start attacking. So maybe I don't want to say she didn't want it to shine, which probably is the
yeah.
case. Maybe she just wanted to protect their friendship because they have been friends for so long.
Or
Maybe.
maybe because she knows like the dynamics of their friendship, she's probably been treating her like this for the
Yes.
entirety of their friendship. She knew that people gonna call her out on it. Everybody
Mm.
gonna be watching now, so we
Now
gonna
you're
see.
Hmm.
accountable. Right.
Right.
Oh.
Hmm.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so they just got to get over that beef. She invites Angela to her little, was it Pampered by Portia event that she was
Mm-hmm.
having. So they're gonna have that little event and all the ladies are invited.
What did y'all think of Britt's outfit? I said, what is she wearing?
I Brit's
That's
gonna
Brett.
be Brit. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's
For
Brett.
real.
She likes attention, so
Yeah, well, yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
I did
she
like
does.
Drew's outfit though. I thought hers was cute.
Yeah, it was. Oh, it was. Um, they can't even do it. Drew said, she got what she was invited and she was just gonna go, and check it out. But then she was like, "Nah, I know my contract got terminated, with what is her hair company called?
Go
Get
naked.
Naked, Go Naked. I know my contract got terminated, and I know I didn't get one for Pampered by Portia." And then she's like throwing shade, like, "Oh, 'cause she know I made her a lot of money, so here I am.
Yeah.
That's why I was invited." And I was like, "Girl, she was trying to be nice. Like, can't she just be nice,
Oh
like,
no, I
and
felt some
invite
type
you?"
of way too. I was with Drew because I'm
Yeah,
like, girl, she's doing that for a photo op. All she did was had
mm,
him taking pictures. I'm like, you didn't ask me that I would want to take pictures of your stuff. Like,
right. Yeah, how do y'all feel about that? Because any
yeah.
other, models that you would have to do this, you're gonna have to pay them
Hmm.
for it.
And she was like,
hmm,
So
well, I
for
just
them,
wanted to have a good night for my friends. I'm like, are these your friends? These ain't your friends. You don't even like
yeah.
these girls.
I was looking at Drew while
mm,
they were taking the pictures to see if she was smiling, because I would have been in that picture cutting up. I would have been making funny
Yeah.
faces, my
I
tongue
think
sticking out,
she only
something.
invited Drew. So for the photo op, I think that's it because she knows people like Drew. She has a following. And if they did that, oh, I
mm,
Yeah.
can tag her and they'll see it. That's it. I think that's the only reason she invited
is
her.
is she using her?
Yeah.
So you think that she's just trying to, make a money move, and
Which is
I guess
smart
it's
as a
easy.
businesswoman.
It is. It's like free promotion. It was free
Yeah.
promotion, and
Hmm.
she did it. She used the
Hmm.
girls to do it. If I was Drew though, and feeling how I was feeling about not getting contracts, I probably wouldn't have even took the picture. I'm like, no, I'm good.
Right.
But she still got
Or
in the
cut
picture
me my
anyway.
check.
Yeah, because she didn't tell them like, oh, this is gonna go on the website or this is for my Instagram. She didn't say any of that. It was just like, oh, let's take pictures.
Yeah.
But
And
what are
then
they
she's like,
for?
hand me my sheets. And I was like,
Hmm.
girl, she got a whole
Right.
setup. She was not
Yeah,
playing.
if I was Drew, I would have been like, okay, you can send my check to my
They all
house.
should have been like, oh, wait, hold on. Your sheets, what is this for? Like, is this a pampered photo shoot?
Yeah,
I
it
would have
was.
She'd have to
asked.
run me my money. I
Oh,
need a
yeah.
check immediately.
I don't work
But
for free.
Portia said, I think Portia did say she invited her, to it too. And she said she was just, over, people that's just going to believe their lie and believe what they're telling themselves or what they want the narrative to be, when they
Like
tell
her.
someone else. Yeah. So I was like, oh, okay. Well, I get it. I get it. I did feel her on that. I definitely felt her on that, you know, but
She does the
that's,
same thing, though.
yeah,
Hmm.
yeah. I mean, she lied about what she would wanted the event to be. I mean, she over here taking pictures for her
Right.
company, and she finna post them like they paid models and stuff. But I'm gonna need like 10% of your company after this. Because yeah, Drew Drew for sure should have been like, nah, I'm good. You fired me. Why am I doing
Right.
this? You fired me. But she took it, so all right.
And
We'll see
then
what happens.
Shamia and Kelly had their little sit down where Kelly spilled a little bit of tea that got Shamia a little upset before they did the yoga or sound bath.
When she told you said Shamia and Kelly, right? Oh,
Hmm.
okay, okay.
Kelly told Shamia something like Portia said something. And that's why she was all salty when they started to sound bad, didn't want to participate.
What did she say to her?
Oh,
I can't remember exactly what she said. What did she say?
I can't remember exactly what it is, but wasn't she was like going back because she was seeing that Angela was telling Portia things about what Shamia was saying.
Yeah, but when they were on the bed, she said something. It was just something I never heard anybody say before. I was like, where'd she get that from? Because I know after
Yeah.
they did the little sound bath, she was like, well, we know like she feels like something. I don't know. I don't remember what she said. I can't
But
remember what she said.
she was upset during the meditation.
Mm-hmm.
And she didn't want
Because
to
of what Kelly
participate.
said.
Mm.
Yeah, I should have noted that.
I know.
But yeah, during that little event, they opened up, they started talking about how each person felt, and Angela was over there telling Portia, she brought the conversation and was like, this and this and this, and Shamia, how do you feel? And then Shamia starts opening up about the situation, which Portia didn't seem to like. How y'all feel
Mm.
about that?
I think Portia dismisses her a lot. It seems like anytime she tries to say anything, she just tries to just brush it off.
Yeah, she doesn't want to hear it at all.
Mm-mm. No, she doesn't.
Yeah, which I find that's how Portia seems to act. She doesn't want to confront things when she's at fault. Have you ever dealt with somebody, you tell them they're wrong and they're just like, no, I'm not.
Oh, yes. I
So
think
it's
most people
like,
are like that. They just can't
yeah,
see it or admit it. Like, yes,
yeah,
take it
right.
in
Yeah,
and
taking
just work on it.
accountability. Yeah, it's hard for some people to take accountability for their actions,
Yeah.
Yeah.
what they say.
And when she starts talking about her wedding and she's like, you didn't come to my wedding. I didn't come to your
Right.
wedding because we were on bad terms. She was like, when were we on bad terms? She didn't even know they were on bad terms. And then when they got back good, it
Yeah.
was close to her wedding or her
She
flight.
said, well, we weren't speaking. And she's like, when weren't we speaking? Like,
Mm-hmm.
now, in Shamia's defense, a few seasons back, when she actually had her wedding, Portia did say, and they have it on camera, where she was like, "Well, I can't fly that long." Something about her legs or something. It had nothing to do with them not speaking. It was like, my doctor said I can't fly that long or something like that.
And then on this episode, didn't she say the excuse was because she didn't have like a seat in the front in first class. She couldn't
Something
get
like
a
that. And even she was like, "Well, I would have bought your ticket. I would have bought you a
right.
seat." So I'm like, which one is it?
She's just making excuses.
Yeah,
Yeah,
at this point.
she didn't want to be
Whenever.
there. It
Mm.
seems like, I don't know. I hope it wasn't jealousy. Like, why wouldn't you want to be at your best friend's wedding?
Right. I would have
Maybe she
went.
was jealous. Was she not married at that time, Portia?
Mm-mm.
Yeah, sounds like jealousy.
Yeah. But
But
I'm
she
like,
went to the
especially if
one
you
in
were
Atlanta.
supposed to be in it
Yeah.
though, and you just don't show up. To me, I don't know. If I'm Shamia, I might not wouldn't even have been her friend anymore.
Mm.
I
After
might,
that, like, you're supposed to go to my wedding and
right.
be
You should
like
be there. Because I mean, I
the
went through
maid of
something
honor.
similar when I got married and we don't talk. Like when I see you, you don't have my back. We ain't really friends. Okay. Because that happened like
Oh
she was
wow.
supposed to be in the wedding, and then like a month before, she called me, well, who's all gonna be there? It don't matter.
Why does it matter?
Exactly. If it
It
was
ain't.
just you there, then it's just you. Who cares? And then well, I spoke to our other friend and they're not coming, so I don't think I'm gonna make it. What? When
What?
you're in it?
I thought it was
Okay.
because she was overweight and she didn't want to wear the dress or something like that.
No, I don't
It
know, but I
wasn't.
know it was a
Mm.
lot of like, well, who's gonna be there? And this person's not coming, so I don't think I'm coming. Well, that person
Yeah,
doesn't have a role in the wedding. You could have said that when you first got invited to be in it. I don't want to do it,
right.
So yeah, no. To me, that's like, yeah.
But Shamia
Oh,
and their relationship, she that just seems like that's her role, like just to forgive and
but
forget
so
the
is
stuff that
that,
she does.
but she's blaming Portia for her. Like if you choose to act that way and forgive her, then you can't complain
Right.
that
Yeah.
she because obviously you're saying it's okay for you to do these things because I keep just brushing
Exactly.
them off.
Yeah. She's
So is
not
that
taking
her fault?
accountability for herself either.
She's not. She's blaming Portia, but it's not really her
Mhm.
fault. It's yours.
Right. Because you're
You,
allowing her to treat you like this.
yes.
And you're
Yeah.
continuing to, because she didn't even want to have a conversation about how
No,
she's
she
treating her.
didn't. But I'm glad they brought
Yeah.
it out. And I'm like, you just
Hmm.
confided in the wrong people. You can't talk to everybody. And why are you
No.
talking behind her back? First, it started, what was it, episode 6 in the studio when she was talking to Drew and Angela about
Mm-hmm.
Portia? And I guess then
Mm-hmm.
after that, they went to dinner. And that's when she
Right.
kept going in.
Right.
Now, Angela said at the dinner, her and Portia confirmed, I mean, not Portia, Lord, Drew confirmed this. Before Shamia started talking, she was like, okay, now we all got a pinky promise. Y'all not going to say anything about this conversation. So they all pinky promised at the dinner table.
Are
Angela was
they
like,
five?
right. Angela was
Wow.
like, girl, my fingers were crossed behind my back. I don't know you. I don't know you like that.
That's
So she was like, I wasn't
hilarious.
obligated to keep no pinky promise. That's why she brought it out. Because she was like, I don't know you like that. I'm like, Shamia, if it's something you don't want repeated, keep it to yourself.
Right, because these girls gonna
Exactly.
tell. And when
Yes.
Angela started talking, she was like, "Who said that?" Because I know I didn't say that. I was
She's
like, "Girl,
lying.
stop."
They all
She
just
was not
liars.
happy.
Yes. Do you think she's
They
afraid of
all.
Portia?
I think
Afraid
she
of her?
is.
Yeah. I mean, because if you're not afraid or have some type of fear about talking to someone you call a friend, then why won't you bring up,
All
the things
right.
that you're feeling?
You think, is she afraid, like, because, oh, it might lose the friendship because she's so used to
Yeah.
this dynamic? Or is it, I might lose the perks of being your friend? Like, I'm on this show now. Like,
Mm,
I don't want to lose
yeah,
that. What if they fire me because we fall out, you know?
It's
that's
probably both.
true. That's
It's probably
true.
both.
But I also feel like this has been going on long before, the
Yeah.
show. So, but I didn't know that both of their moms were friends and then they
Mm-hmm.
fell out
Mm-hmm.
and we don't know why they fell out. So maybe
We
it's got
don't.
something to do with that too. I don't know.
And nobody's speaking on it.
Hmm.
Yeah, and Portia was just like, whatever. I'm just a piece of crap, whatever.
Yeah.
And it's
And
just
she
like,
does.
dang.
I don't like, I know how she could probably feel like, why are you keep putting me down to my, oh, you should give me grace. And I've just shown you grace. And I'm like, "Ugh, girl, so I've been that horrible that you just had to do all, then why are you my friend? Let's not be
Exactly.
friends.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like that. If you can't, if there's nothing good you can say about me, why are we friends?
Right, right.
Yeah, they're both in the wrong.
Hmm.
Shamia's Shamia's wrong because she's not saying whatever she needs to say in the moment,
Yes.
and Portia wrong just because how she be treating her. She don't
Yeah,
treat friends like that.
Well, and really,
yeah.
she treats everybody like that. Because her and her sister had this same conversation a few seasons ago. Her sister was like, you treat me like I'm like your employee or like, your
Like,
helper. I'm not.
mm,
And so and I think her mom a little bit is to blame because her mom was on her side and was like, well, your sister's probably jealous and everybody's jealous.
ah,
So
that's what comes from then.
And she did say,
Okay.
Shamia said how Portia's mom is always like, well, the apple don't fall from far from the tree. You can't trust a dog that brings a bone. She's always telling you bad news. So
Portia's
I
mom
think
don't seem
her,
like she want them to be friends.
mm-mm. So,
They
Mm,
are not
I mean, I
okay.
guess that says a lot that Portia's even going against her mom to be her friend. So maybe she really is her friend.
Yeah,
I
Portia
don't
just
know.
seems stuck up.
Which I think
She
she was just
does.
raised that. I think she's just oblivious. I don't think she does it on purpose. I think
Yeah,
she really
Yeah,
does not
maybe.
know that she kind of just dismisses people.
right. Especially if it sounds like her mom raised her on a pedestal and to
Yes.
believe that, all
You
these
can do
girls are
no
jealous of
wrong.
you. Yeah. And yeah, that's what it sounds like. She just thinks that, yeah, she is shit.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Can't nobody
Yeah.
tell her nothing.
No.
But no, several people can tell you about yourself.
And at some
Yeah.
point, you have to kind of take it in and say, okay, maybe I can change this or that. Like, do something different.
Mhm.
Something.
Maybe she will later in life.
And she needs to tell her
Maybe.
mom too, like, okay, we're friends. I don't want you, don't stop putting my friend down. I don't want to hear it. If you have something to say,
Right.
tell somebody else. Don't tell me.
So it sounds like maybe Shamia's mother is the reason they fell out, or, Portia's mom is mad at Shamia's mom for something because why would you,
Maybe.
keep downing her daughter like that?
Could be.
Mm. Either way, that's wrong of her mom to be like that.
I would love to know what happened.
Yeah.
Like, what
I wonder if it
happened?
got anything to do with the
Right.
daddies.
Because Shamia's mom
Mm-hmm.
seems so sweet. Like on the show, I really like her mom a lot.
Yeah.
I wonder what happened.
I don't
Maybe
know.
somebody will investigate. There's so much of PIs out there.
Right. Somebody need to let us know why the mamas fall out.
Right. But
And I
this
We
was
could
can find it
see,
before.
somewhere.
and I could see her mom, especially if they became friends because the moms were friends. It's like, well, I'm not friends with her
Hmm.
no more, so you shouldn't be friends with her daughter.
Hmm.
Maybe.
Hmm.
Yeah. Especially if they
Yeah.
were immature thinking like that.
Yeah.
That's how that episode ended with that event. And when they jumped into episode 11,
Hmm.
I believe they started off with Angela and Charles. And, production's like, Charles, do you love Angela? And he was stuck. Like, he didn't even answer the question. He's like, I guess you can
Crickets.
move on then. I'm like,
Crickets.
dang. Like, I'm sorry. Angela was trying so hard to give him some type of out. She was like, I was trying to give
Right.
you an out. And he's just not even catching it. And how would you feel if you ask someone, ask your husband if they love you, and they just like crickets, like nothing.
Right.
I'm gonna say, I've
I
been
probably would have
offended.
laughed it off like her because I think she knows that's his
Hmm.
personality. Like,
It seemed like that just
Yeah.
is who he
yeah,
is.
like she knows he loves her.
Yeah.
But
If
I would have
that's
been
his
mad.
personality, she should know him by now. But
Right.
I wouldn't be able to be with somebody like that. Because
You
that would hurt.
couldn't?
That would hurt my feelings. No.
That would have
She said,
No.
hurt
I'm
your
not putting up with
feelings?
that.
Yes.
It would hurt mine
Somebody
too.
if
Really?
somebody asks you, do you love your wife, and you just not answering the question? I mean, of
Yeah,
course, if I'm with you, I know you love me, but why are you being an a-hole about it right now?
that's
On
Or
true.
TV at
acting
that.
nonchalant. Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't act nonchalant about me.
But she
Yeah.
said that love language is going back and forth. So
That ain't
I thought that was
that's
weird.
that's a love
I was,
language.
that's
I
what I
think
said.
so. I like to talk trash, so I don't mind that. I guess I'm kind of like I like that.
You like that?
Yeah.
Just
I
like,
guess I'm weird.
that's
No,
not
but you
weird.
should be able to say I love my wife, like, and you better throw some reasons why in there. Like, don't just look and be like, next question.
Exactly.
That was funny. Like yeah,
It
Charles,
was.
he seemed like a cool guy. He seemed really funny
Hmm.
too. So I like Charles. He is cool. Um, yeah. I'm looking forward to seeing him like interact with the other ladies and see what's gonna happen when he's around them again.
Yeah. And it was
So
nice her seeing that interaction with her and her mom too. And explaining, well, he talked about my baby, so I had to let him know. Like I thought
oh,
that
I
was cute.
know. She's
Yeah.
like, but I love Charles, even though he is as old as me. I was like, she
Right.
was like, why you have to say that?
Oh, and then at the
How old is
end,
he?
I don't know.
In the
He look at
60s,
least
maybe?
60s, 60s, maybe.
Probably is somewhere up there.
hmm
I
Maybe
don't
you
know
How
how
think?
old
old
is
he is.
Angela's in her 40s?
I think she said she was 42. But don't I don't I know
42.
she said she's in her 40s.
I feel like that all
Oh,
that
he's
plastic
61.
surgery and stuff makes them look
61.
older.
It does.
Because
It does.
42, it looked like she could say 52. Like she don't look 52, but
No, I know what you mean. Yeah, the surgery it has the opposite effect of what they try to do. Now
yeah,
maybe once you get old and wrinkly, getting a little facelift might help. But
right.
when you
But
don't need it, it makes you look worse.
hmm
Yeah, but
Yeah.
condolences to them. I know at the end it had that memorial to her mother. I guess her mother passed. Did you
um,
see at the
Watch
end?
that.
Yeah, it
No.
was like rest in peace, and it had her mother saying
Wow.
that they
That's
want to send our
sad.
thoughts to that
Condolences.
family.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
sorry to hear that. That's so
yeah.
sad.
But I'm glad they got
Well,
to get some fun times. And they got to,
yeah.
it was
yeah.
on camera so she can always look back and see that time with her and her
Oh
mom.
yeah,
So
that's
that's
nice.
nice.
Hmm.
Yeah, I hope Charles and her was able to speak. She said she was gonna write
Yeah.
him a letter and everything. So I hope she was able to do
hmm
that before anything happened to her. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's sad. And when she was telling Charles like about the situation with the people she's dealing with, I guess her sister, 'cause she's having issues with her sister. And he's
hmm
like, well, I've had similar situations like that. And she's like, well, you have, but what would you do? Walk the other way?
Right.
He's just gonna just let it go. He ain't
He's
finna,
unbothered. He ain't for the
but right,
nonsense. He's like, look, don't bring
right.
it to me.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
I
I like
appreciate it.
that. Yeah. So I thought that was cool. Like, yeah, he telling her right. You over here trying to, mend things. Like they clearly don't want to mend things. So just leave it alone. Like let it be. And I understand that.
I
So
feel like at some point, though, I feel like people just accept somebody for who they are. If you know who a person is and how they operate, don't get mad when you go around them and that's who they are. That's just who they are. So accept them and love them. It ain't
Hmm.
worth fighting and feuding and not speaking. I feel like just accept somebody, love them for who they are, and know when I go around them, that's what I'm gonna get. That's who they are.
Right.
I can't change them. They're not gonna change. I'm just gonna go and accept them for who they are.
Yeah, so many people
yeah,
try to change people
Yeah.
and
And
try
people end up
to
not
make
talking for
them.
years. And then what if something
Mhm.
happens and you're sitting here just mad because of nothing? Just move on, accept them, love somebody from who for who they are. As long as they're not doing nothing like abusive or, you know,
yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. If it's family for sure. If it's family,
yeah.
definitely. Like you don't never know,
Well, yeah,
tomorrow's never
family,
promised. So yeah, but like,
friends, and but family,
yeah.
yes.
Family for sure. Friends, you can,
Yeah,
Mhm.
right.
know
Some
about
You
people you
can,
need
that.
to let go of.
yeah, you can
Yeah,
accept
yeah.
and then let go.
I thought it was
But then
funny
I don't
too.
know.
I don't know if it was this episode or the last episode when Britt was talking. I mean, not Britt. What's her name? Kelly was trying to compare like her friendship with Britt to Portia and Shamia. Like that, my bestie, I'll tell her about herself right around. Yo, but y'all known each other 4 months. How is this your bestie? They've known each other 30 years. Like
So they met on the show, right? This
Britt
season?
and Kelly?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
I thought
think
they knew each other
so. Or maybe like
beforehand.
right before. I don't think it was like a long friendship.
Oh,
Like,
I was
girl, you
assuming
couldn't
it
compare a
was.
30-year friendship to y'all little 6-month friendship.
Wow.
Really, I mean, yeah, nah,
Thought that
that's a
was
lot of
funny.
history.
Hmm.
For real. I mean, do you think I mean, I think they could get past it. I think you've been a friends for a very long time. I think you're gonna, hit a couple bumps in the road and, get over it eventually to come back
Yeah.
together. Yeah. They just need some space and some time. And I think with their parents, like both picking at the fact that, you know, they're not on good terms and them saying, the apple don't fall far from the tree kind of
Yeah,
like messes it up even more.
right. I really think that's just Portia's mom. I don't see Shamia's mom dogging
Well,
her like that.
who was Shamia in the studio with? Because she was like, I get to pick my single, but it's
Oh yeah,
bittersweet
her
because
sister
Portia's
was
not
there
here.
and some of her friends, right? And
Okay.
they were like, "Well,
Mhm.
we've seen it coming for years. We know."
Right.
I was like, "Oh,
And
dang."
like, how would you feel about that? Like, they're like, we've seen it coming from year for years. Like, how would you feel? And to me,
Right.
it
I
seemed
think they
like
both are
they
getting
want
it
it.
from both sides because their families don't like each other. And I think they probably both
Mhm.
have a lot of pressure, like, why are y'all friends? We don't mess with them.
Right.
But it's like, let them do their thing.
Yeah. Um, do you think it has anything to like, do you think what they're seeing, because they're like, we've seen it for a long time. Do you think whatever they're seeing that it's like legit and they should like they really feel like they shouldn't be friends, or is it just strictly because the family has issues? So they rather just cut them off. Because I really wonder
Mm.
what are they seeing. I feel like they're
Yeah.
seeing something and they're like that girl because Portia, how we see Portia is that's how she is. So they see her
Yeah.
like that too. And they're like, I don't like
I
that snotty
think I
attitude. Like
think
I don't
they
like
kind
it.
of see how Portia dismisses Shamia.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's like that girl, they probably tell her she's not really a friend. Like a real friend wouldn't treat you
Mm.
that way. But
Right.
and I think Portia wouldn't treat her that way if she would speak up for herself. When she does that, be like, okay, girl, look, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, because
You're
Could Portia
dismissing
handle
me.
it?
I think so. Now, would
because
she
you
want to? Probably not. I think Portia would slowly kind of stop being her friend because she don't want
Right.
to.
Mhm.
She don't want to
She don't want
hear
to
it.
take accountability. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And you tell people how to treat you
You
by
do.
what you allow and don't allow. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
she's telling Portia, this is okay. I'm okay
If
with you treating
some
me like
if
this.
something bothers you, you have to say it.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. So we'll see what happens because it looks like the family is like, no, leave her alone.
Yeah, I want
And
to know so bad what happened with these families.
they
Mm.
did
And it's gotta
something.
be, I feel like if Portia is treating her like this on camera, it might be even worse off camera, you
Yeah.
know?
I have heard that they have like separate friend groups around town. So like they don't really hang out together that much
Mm.
outside of the show.
Hmm.
It seemed like that
That's
because did Shamia
interesting.
really know those girls during her
Yeah,
birthday party?
I don't know.
Yeah,
But
I don't think.
if you're best friends and you live in the same city, it seems like you would have, at least a few friends. Do y'all hang
Maybe,
around
but
with?
maybe not though. Maybe y'all would kind of run in different circles because they live in different lives. Portia's out here single girl, you know.
I mean, but she was just married
Well,
for a hot minute.
kind of married.
Oh
I
no,
don't know.
this is weird.
But
Yeah.
I could see that because I feel like if we were to live now, we've been married, what? Married, Lord, we've been friends. What? 25 years now?
Oh, goodness, has it been that
Dang,
long? Since
yeah.
13?
Dang.
13.
So I feel like if we were to move in the
Yeah.
same city and you like if I moved to Nashville, you got your friends. I wouldn't just automatically be their friend just because they're your friends. I'd probably find my own
For
group of
your own friend
friends.
group. Yeah,
Yeah.
I can see
I
that.
don't think I would just automatically be their friend, but I guess if they came up and they've been in Atlanta this whole time, you would at least have one or two friends in common.
Right, because didn't they grow up there?
Hmm.
Yeah.
I don't know.
How is it like with sisters, Valencia? 'Cause I know you got a twin. So how is
Yeah.
that like with friends? And did y'all ever have the same friends, or did you try to get different friends?
We had the same friends. Some people were different, and those are the ones that always walked up to me and was like, "Vivian," and I'd be like, "Who are you?" And
Right.
they think of me like I'm crazy, like, "You got amnesia or something?" It's me. I'm not Vivian. They're like, "Oh." But we mainly knew the same people, and because we were twins, it just made everybody knew
Hmm.
eventually, like, oh, they're twins. But yeah, we run in the same circle pretty much. So
Okay.
everybody knows everybody. And I guess it just depends on how big the city is too. Like if it's a small town, then maybe everybody knows each other. But a bigger city, maybe it's more spread out. But if they go to the same school and everything, then
Right.
they know the same people. They know the same
That's
people.
true.
But yeah,
Does your sister
we knew
live
the
there?
same. No, she lives in Las Vegas.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
jealous.
She's
I would
a
move to Vegas tomorrow if he said yes. Yep, let's pack up. Let's go.
I went and visited. It was nice. I was
I
like,
love it.
dang,
Hmm.
it was
They got
nice.
engineering jobs there.
He is not having it. I'm telling you, I would move immediately. Let's pack up, leave, take what we can and go. I would be out.
It's a party every night in Vegas. Every night. Yeah, it was real nice out there.
Hmm.
Yeah. But I like it that way though. She lives on the other side of the states and I live over here. Because I just hate when people get us confused. Like, no, I hate explaining to people, we're twins. That's my sister. It like got tiring at one point. Like, I'm this
Yeah.
person. So yeah, and she's kind of crazy too. So I don't need her making me look bad. She's like the bad twin. I'm like the good twin. So she a little cray cray. I love
Well,
you
that's a
though.
nice to visit.
It is. It was. I had a good time.
Okay, so Cynthia and Shamia, they sat down. They had a
Oh, and
nice lunch.
they did. And I remember Cynthia was like, it seemed like when you bring the girls into your friendship into like the girls group, it seems to ruin it.
Yeah.
And she also said it reminds her of her friendship with Nene and how their
Hmm.
friendship was. And I was like, wow, they must have
Well,
had.
and Cynthia was a little cray cray, a little in that friendship.
You
Like
think
she had
so?
given her a friend contract to sign and all. And she was like,
No.
what? A friend contract?
I remember that.
She
Yeah.
must have been acting out.
I don't know. It was cute, but I can see why people were like, you might want to watch your back with her. I
She
know
seemed a little
people do
clingy.
take like when they see a good thing and they just try to ruin it. I wonder why is that?
Jealousy.
And Shamia really, I think she has to stop letting what the girls' opinion are get in her head. And even what the audience is gonna think. Like I think she's like, well, I don't want people to see me as her sidekick. And these
Hmm.
girls keep saying, well, maybe we don't have a good as a friendship as I thought. Like, stop letting their questions get in your head. That's what they're trying to do. You know
Yeah.
y'all friendship, that's all that matters.
Mhm.
Yeah. But yeah. But Cynthia, she's definitely the peacemaker.
Yeah, I
She's
thought she's the
definitely
only one with
that.
some sense this season.
You seem like the only one.
Mhm. Then they went bowling. It
Yeah.
was so I'm like, are Angela and Portia friends now? So them and Cynthia went
They are. She
bowling.
done gave her a hug and everything. Like,
Hmm.
I'm like, dang, they forgive each other quick.
Yeah.
So
Was
she's
it
like,
too
put the gutters
soon
up.
though for her to be making jokes about Charles? You know, when she said something about don't give me no old balls, and she's like, "Girl, you love those." Was that too
I don't think
soon?
so. I don't
Well,
think
you
so. I
just
think
was
that was
talking
funny.
about what you was gonna do to my husband, and now you talking about
About them old balls. Yeah.
is it
That's
too
Portia
soon?
though.
Yeah, she is
Not
so
for
tone
Portia.
deaf. She's so tone deaf. Like she has no awareness of anything.
I
Yeah.
think she
I don't
just
think she's
says whatever she
emotionally in
wants.
tune.
No, but I
Yeah.
guess that's part of her charm that she is so like naive and she don't know what's up from down.
Yeah. And Angela definitely was like, put the gutters up. And she threw that bowling
Yeah.
ball. And then Portia did it and she needed the gutters too. She hit the same amount she did. And I was like, dang. Are y'all good at bowling?
No,
Yeah, I suck at
No.
bowling. I be trying so hard too. I don't know how they flicking the ball, but I
I'm
suck.
awful at it. And the crazy thing is I ended up having to go to a bowling tournament in Las Vegas because my husband was in a league and he won some
Wow.
kind of competition. And so I just was going to be there. And then they were like, "Oh, it's a team competition." So I had to be his partner.
What? Wow.
But I did win a bowling
Wow.
ball.
Hey, that's nice.
That's
And the
good.
funny thing was, though, it ended up being like different challenges. So it wasn't just straight bowling. It was like who can hit the six pin or so, so
Oh,
everybody sucked. So
Oh, okay. That
yeah.
so
sounds
how did I get
Yeah.
fun.
roped into this? They did
Yeah.
not tell us it was a team challenge till we got there.
Mm.
That's not
So,
bad.
so
That's
most
funny.
of
He
the.
knew. Matt knew what he was
No, he
doing.
didn't know. We were like, we
Mm.
thought I was just getting a free trip to Vegas. Let's go. Then I got a bowl.
Hey.
What?
Alrighty.
It was
Let's do
fun
it. And you
though.
won. So hey.
Well, I won a
That's
bowling
good.
ball. We didn't win the we didn't win the
No,
tournament.
you just got the bowling ball.
Yeah. But we
You
had
you
fun.
didn't leave empty-handed. Yeah,
Hmm.
Mhm.
that sounded nice. But yeah, guys are always good. A lot of guys are good. My man love bowling. Like he good at it. He'll try to bowl like a perfect bowl, and I'm like,
Right.
nah. Put the gutters up for me. I'll play with the kids better. Let me
I know.
practice first. Get some
Really.
practice on. But yeah, so that was nice to see them come together and bowl and all that.
Hmm.
You know, Drew says that Ralph's trying to come for her business. She said he wanted her other business that they had, so she created another business, and now he's trying to take that business too, like
Yeah.
40% of that business. Um,
Crazy. And then changing the codes to lock her out the house.
what? How?
But
She's
then
like, she
she
better stay in
said,
the basement.
well, I went and got a hotel. And then it was like, well, then he went to the basement and he let me in. So which one was it? Were you at a hotel? Did he let you in? Like, girl, your story ain't adding up. Maybe she just put in the wrong code. I don't know.
I think maybe
I
she went for the night because she was like it was a 1 in the morning, and then she came back and he let her in. But like, why is he changing the code to
okay.
her door anyway?
Yeah.
He did it on purpose.
I think she's using this show as her own courtroom. Like she's using this to make him look bad and her look good. So when they go to court, it'll work in her favor. That's what I think.
Yep.
Mm.
Like, let's
Yep.
just
Yeah.
and who are these judges? Like, who talking about they can't tell their kids? They can't like it was so much stuff they were saying that the judge said they couldn't do, and even with Kelly when she was talking about her judge with her ex was
Hmm.
doing something. I'm like, who are these judges? They need some new judges down there because they make some crazy decisions.
Yeah, they seem real strict, and I don't know. They definitely,
Weird.
I don't know. Yeah. The fact that it takes so long to get a divorce is like, dang, all you do is have a wedding day and get married and sign the
Right.
paper. The divorce, you got to go through all these hoops and everything. It's too much.
It's
So,
easy to get into and they make it very
mhm.
hard to get out of. That's why so many people
Yeah,
don't. They be married for 40
yeah,
years and dating other people like they be like, forget the divorce. I'm
right.
moving
Mm.
on.
Right. It's a
Yeah,
contract. I
Yeah,
mean,
it
it is
is.
a legal
Yeah.
contract that people
That's why they
sign
better
up
stop
for.
doing it lightly. Like 5 months and now y'all married. That's not enough time to know somebody. You
Yeah,
mhm,
learning each other in the marriage, that ain't because you might not like the person.
right.
exactly.
Yeah, yeah. And then I forgot to mention Angela's mom. She moved out of the house that Angela bought for her.
Oh yeah.
I thought that was like kind of messed up. Only because like it seemed like she moving out because she felt like Angela felt like she's in control and she calls it her home and she hold it
Right.
over her head. And I didn't think I wouldn't move out. Like if my kids bought me a home, I wouldn't want to move out. So I was just like,
I guess it depends. Like if you do it and now it's not like it's mine, Because it seemed like the daughter kind of felt some entitlement to it because well, my mama bought this house.
Right.
So if
She's
that's
mhm,
the
probably
case, well
hearing that
here.
all the time.
Right.
Like, this is
I'll get
my
my
house.
own. And then you
I
can't
bought you
say
this
that
yeah,
house.
anymore.
Exactly.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's why it seemed like she moved out because she didn't want to hear that anymore. And
Yeah.
I get it, but That's a house she didn't have to pay for. Like you ain't paying nothing on it, and I'm sad that she passed. I mean, I wonder like how far after she like moved out did she pass?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, Angela probably gave the house she gave to her mom to her daughter and her spouse.
Well, what do y'all think about her daughter living with, her grandma and not with her mom and Charles?
Huh. I didn't even think about
Like her
that.
choosing to live with them instead of her mom.
Right.
I think they're not, I think like the relationship that Angela is portraying them to have, like this very close relationship, maybe isn't that close, especially since she didn't tell her mom about her getting married.
Right. But she did tell the grandmother. But I guess
Yeah.
she said, oh, well, she said, I'm a helicopter mom. But
Yeah.
still, you would tell your mother,
Yeah.
at
Mm-hmm.
least right after.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Hmm.
I think I think what she said was Charles is like a certain way. He likes things a certain way. And that's why she doesn't live there, because Charles would get on her about things. As he should, though, like as the man of the
Well,
house, and
yeah.
it's his house. Like, I want my house clean. Wash your dishes after you use it. Don't eat and just put your plate in the sink. Wash it. I ain't gonna wash your plate for you. So, I believe that's what they had said in the beginning was, she couldn't handle that, being told what to do. So,
Yeah.
but with her being married and everything and having somebody, like, she should be moving in with them and they should be taking care of her now.
Starting their life, yeah.
Yeah.
But going back to the bowling for a second, I do like Portia did seem to take some accountability. Like, have I been there for my friends fully? No, I'm going through a lot. So I know I haven't shown up the way
It's
I can.
excuses to me. I don't
But
care.
I'm
It's
like, that's
excuses.
recent. What about the other 20 years of y'all friendship?
Mm-hmm.
That's recent. But
Right.
she
And
did say,
everybody.
I don't want to divorce my friend too. Like, so maybe that's why she's avoiding it. Because, like, I'm already going through a divorce. I can't break up with my best friend too.
Yeah.
So let me just avoid this at all costs.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I mean, maybe, but no, that's an excuse, like to me. Like if you going through something, like you would
No.
think you can rely on your friends for some support and have them to support you, but
You
you
don't have to
just
treat them like that.
Exactly. That's
mm-hmm.
not an excuse, but I guess her
Hmm.
sister said, I'll give you a pass. Remember, for a year and a half.
A year
But
and a half. That's a
Yeah.
long
so a
time.
divorce does not give
Yeah.
you an excuse to be like a jerk to people.
Yeah. And then even when Shamia was talking about it, she was saying that she couldn't believe that Portia would even talk about their friendship with everybody else. And she feels like when people talk to her about the relationship between her and Portia, she's always still like, it's all right, it's okay, and trying to
I
like
can
play it
peep that
down.
because the only reason it's even there is because she talked about it. If she had
Mm-hmm.
never
Yeah.
talked to Drew and Angela, it would nothing would ever came out. So she can
Yeah.
stop with that. Y'all both talk. But I guess she said she
Mm-hmm.
allowed them to speak on our friendship. She
Yeah.
allows people to
Mm.
speak all the time. I guess she doesn't take it in. Maybe that's the
Yeah.
difference. Even though they speak, she just kind of brushes it off, whereas Portia took it in. But it was true, so
It was. It was. Yeah.
Right.
So they sit down and have dinner together and try to
hmm
hash it out. What y'all ladies think about that dinner? Because it seemed like it was going left, and Portia still couldn't take accountability and hear what she was saying. Shamia
yeah.
felt like she was trying to be dismissive on her feelings, and she also said that I want the Portia that I get off camera. Why you can't be the Portia that you are off camera, on camera? And when she said that, she had told her, "Well, they gotta pay me more."
Yeah.
And I was like, "Dang,
What?
well, how you act off camera, and why they gotta pay you?"
Mm-mm.
Like,
Right.
how you feel about that? She's not being real on camera. She's putting up a front, it seems.
I don't know
And
why.
even,
Why would you put up this
yeah.
front like you're being a bad friend to her? I mean, for a storyline, like what's she doing it for?
Yeah.
What is it? Are you trying to make more things seem more dramatic? So you're acting like everything is bad when it's not? Because for Shami to put her out like that, like your best friend, you act different when you're off camera. She felt like she was like, please, not right now. not right
Right.
now. She was really trying to not get into that conversation. I
I
felt
think she didn't want to do it on camera with her friend. Like, let's not do that.
I,
Well, you signed up to be on a reality show, so you've been on plenty of them. You should know how it is, you know?
yeah. She was
And if
saying
that's
she
the
was making her
case,
feel,
if that's the case, then you
uh-huh,
would have had this conversation before you sat down to dinner, you
right.
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
But do
And
we
she,
think the
whatever.
producers are in Shamia's ear? Like, I want you to get into y'all friendship. We know there's more there. Y'all been
I'm
friends 30
sure.
years. So maybe that's why
Yeah,
Hmm.
Shamia's even doing this. And maybe Portia was like, please don't do this. Don't let them make you do this. Because a lot
no,
of people do what the producers say because they want
yeah,
to have a job.
They want the
right.
truth too. And I think that
That's
Shamia
true.
was looking for the truth and she just wouldn't want to talk. She didn't want to talk about it. And I don't think that's fair. She was being dismissive and she wasn't
She
respecting her
was.
feelings. So I think
Huffing
Portia's
and
really,
puffing.
yeah, she was like, I feel uncomfortable. She got up and walked away and everything because she was asked the real
Yeah.
questions and she didn't want to answer them. And even when she came back to the table, she started like this fake little cry, like I don't want to break up with you and stuff like that.
Right.
And the tears went quick. It's just like crocodile tears, like
And then moving the silverware around, like just being so
right,
Right.
disrespectful.
right, yes, being
Yeah.
sarcastic and
Yeah.
everything. Like it really just seemed like she doesn't respect Shamia or her feelings, and
I don't think
it
she
really
knows how to
bothered me.
respect anybody, honestly.
Right.
Yeah,
That's just, yeah, that's how she is.
Hmm.
When she's
yeah.
confronted with something that she doesn't want to deal with or she doesn't want
Yep.
to take accountability for how she's been, yeah, she just is dismissive.
I couldn't be friends with somebody like that.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
what do we think about Portia saying, well, now people are seeing both sides and she doesn't like that?
I think they're seeing both sides, and I think that they should. I think it's right because we all were seeing, you know, what Shamia was doing for you, and now we're seeing what you're
Yeah.
doing for her, and it's literally nothing. Like
That's
you're not
true.
even there for your friend. You're not even trying to ease her pain. She's telling you she has problems with this, and you're just like
Right.
dismissive. So
But I also
I
don't
don't
want her
think,
to just do what she thinks the audience wants to see. Like, oh, I don't want Shamia to get so wrapped up in what people are going to see or say. Like, just be natural, be you. If you really are just that person that supports people no matter what, be that girl and own it.
yeah, I
Yeah,
mean, if
what if
that's what
she's a
she is,
doormat?
I mean,
yeah.
yeah, some people are. But just be
But
the
she
best
say,
doormat that they ever gonna find and own it.
uh,
Like, that's me.
apparently,
Some people
apparently she
like,
But
don't
I
want to be that.
so you feel like she's okay with it, like she knows that's the dynamic, but other people are telling her, no, don't be a doormat. And she's like, no,
right.
I'm okay with it.
I really wish that's what we could get to the bottom of. Like, is that just you and you're okay with it? Or are you doing that but you're not okay with it? That's the difference.
I hope she's not okay with it.
Well, I mean,
I
but
think she's
some
doing
Hopefully.
it.
people just have different personality types. If everybody was the same, it'd be a boring world. There are some people that are just a doormat.
Doormat.
I mean, but if you're okay with it, then hey,
But she
okay.
says she's
I
not
guess.
okay with it.
Yeah, well,
But
yeah, I
she's
wonder.
saying like, is that because she's hearing people in her ear tell her you shouldn't be okay with
Yes.
it?
Maybe that probably has something to do with it because she did say she don't want to be looked at like she's a lap dog. And I think when people
Yeah.
said it
Hmm.
to her like that, she was like, wait a minute.
But
Let
I
me take a
think
step
she's
back and look
just
at this again.
more worried about what people are gonna say than how she actually feels. Because it's like, I wish people would just stop saying that. And well, then don't
Hmm.
care if that's who you are and you're a support. Because she was like, well, I would play Portia's song, and when I would sing the national anthem, I told her, come sing with me. But that's who you are. Not everybody has that mindset of, I want my friends' dreams to come true, and I'm gonna do what I can to help them. Not everybody's like that, and that's fine.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
that's not a bad quality to have, but at the
No.
expense of, her treating her like a doormat.
But I'm saying if that's just who you are, then you can't get mad if people accept what you're offering. And then be like, well, they're taking advantage. No, they're just taking what you're offering.
Mm-hmm.
What does she say?
Yeah.
Oh no, I'm not gonna sing with you because that's your moment. I guess she could say that. But if you're saying come sing on this big platform and that's what I love to do, yeah, I'm gonna come sing.
Yeah.
So then don't get mad that I come sing. Don't offer if you don't really want me to do it.
Right.
Or
Yeah.
you're gonna
I get
hold
what
it over
you're
my
saying.
head like, well, I did this for you. You're not doing this for me, but I don't
Yeah.
have to.
I wonder too if Shamia is like in the moment, like she's just telling Portia, okay, okay, and she's agreeing with whatever Portia is
Mm,
wanting her to do, but deep down inside, she doesn't want to do it, but she's not
right.
voicing it in the moment. It's just like a build up at this point.
Yeah, that's what I would love to know. Like, is that really who you are or not? And then with Portia, I would just love to hear her genuinely express what this friendship is to you. Like, is she your real friend? Do you care about her as a friend, or is it just convenience? But be genuine about. I feel like we haven't seen her genuine feelings yet. Like she's just always brushing everything off or acting like
Yeah,
that's not a
she
big
is.
deal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, she is. Cause even at the table, Shamia was like, I feel like I'm this person, but it's not being reciprocated. So she feels like she's being this cool down friend who's loyal and got her back, and Portia's not doing the same thing for her. And when she came back to the table, she was just, had them crocodile tears. And as soon as, she said she was sorry, she just said, I'm sorry, which was good to see. And
Yeah.
Shamia, took the apology. But it seems like as soon as she said, I'm sorry, Shamia just fell back into, that friend.
She
And
did.
yeah, and Portia was just like, I don't want to break up with you. And they squashed
Right.
it and gave each other
But
hugs and
Portia, I
everything.
mean, even
So,
saying like, can we get our food to go? Like, you didn't ask me if I
hmm
want my food to go. Like,
All right. What are you saying? Like
yeah.
you're over this conversation now?
yeah.
She was like, well, we're not talking. So I thought we were just done talking.
No, we not talking because
No.
you just got up and walked away.
And walked away. Like, you're not talking. I'm asking you questions
I,
and you're not answering me.
right. I wonder what's their dynamic though outside of the show. Like both got young daughters. Do they ever come to each other's house and do play dates or because I know her and Kelly now, they like say they're like besties. Her daughters are always at Shamia's house and they're hanging out almost weekly, like at each other's houses, and Shamia's
Hmm.
at the
That's
restaurant
nice.
a lot. So was her and Portia ever like that? I wonder.
I would hope
I
so
think
if they call
so.
each other best friends.
Yeah.
Yeah, but could that just be because we've been friends for so long that we say that? Like
True.
now,
Yeah.
if they really assess where they're at now, are they really best friends?
You're right.
Or maybe
Yeah.
they have to learn now at the age they're at and where they're at in life how to be friends now
Yeah.
because you're not teenagers anymore.
Exactly. Yeah, that
But it
could be it.
shouldn't, I don't know. Because I feel like we don't
Yeah.
have that problem. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think because we're both genuinely good people, you know, we're not trying to backstab or be jealous
yeah,
or, lie.
yeah. I feel like even if we were to go on a reality show tomorrow, I wouldn't be like, well, you never know. I say that, but
You
you
said
never know
TV
because
trained
like
trained you.
them producers trick
Yeah,
you
they
and you
be in
just
your
start
They do.
ear.
talking. Yeah. And you
Hmm.
end up saying something and they'll flip it. Now
Twist
you
it.
didn't say
Yeah.
yeah. So maybe we would fall out if we was on the show together.
I don't think so. I don't think so. But
You
I
never
I do
know.
think like different situations brings out a different,
Hmm.
personality and version of us. But I don't think it would get to that point where we're just, beefing like that.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Well, we would hope not, but
Yeah.
because even
I
Shamia,
think
when they
I think you
hugged,
would
were
beat me up
like,
though.
no,
If we was
no.
fighting, you would win.
Well, yeah, I would,
She
but
said yeah.
it wouldn't happen. But yeah, but
That's
yeah, I feel
funny.
like I hope they can come together because that's a lot of history to just let go because of a show.
Yeah.
So I hope they can just be like, you know what? This is who you are. This is who I am. But we love each other. We're friends. Let's just be friends and move on. And Shamia has to learn how to just say in the moment when something bothers you, don't hold on to it for 20 years. Speak about it and move on. And
Yeah,
Portia
and
needs
move
to just,
on.
even if she ain't even
Mhm.
really listening, just act like you're listening and taking it in.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to
Right.
actually listen, but at least just, if that's what she needs, is just to feel heard by you, then let her
Yeah.
feel heard.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, don't be fiddling with the silverware on the table.
Yeah. And that's what she was asking for. Just like, hear me, hear what I'm
Right.
saying. So, yeah.
Yeah. I think they'll get on track. I'm rooting for them.
Yeah, they'll get
Me
it
too.
together. Yeah. Or
Hmm.
maybe Kelly's new best friend.
You're all right. Free chicken and waffles.
So,
I promise you, I'm going to eat there. Nana's chicken and
yep.
waffles. When I go to ATL, I'm there.
Try
And
that.
can I come too?
Well, I'll let you make the decision. We'll talk off camera.
Okay.
Let me be that person. She just said she gonna beat you up.
Right.
She said she gonna win. That's how it all starts.
Right. That's how they flip
Right.
it. That's how
Yeah,
they
that's how
flip
they
it.
flip it. Yep.
And then she like, well, dang, did she say that? Just ask. Did you say? But I mean, Shamia did lie, so
Yeah.
Mm.
that girl thought that pinky promise was gonna keep her
Girl,
secret
a
safe.
pinky
What?
promise.
They went and told immediately.
Yeah, right. Like, did you
You gotta
forget where
be
you
real
are?
naive. Right. You forget how old you are?
And that's how I
Right?
feel like she may have wanted it to come out. She may have wanted them to say something because, girl, you know what show you're on.
You should have
No, ain't
known
nobody
they was gonna
keeping
say
secrets.
something.
In front of the cameras with the producers. Yeah.
Thank you.
They making sure that come out.
Hmm.
Somebody was calling.
Yeah.
I
But I
enjoyed this,
think that
ladies.
is that's a wrap.
Girl,
Three
we
moms
had two
breaking down.
hours.
Not quite.
Almost.
But a lot, I think a lot of that can get cut because some of
Yeah,
it
some
Yeah,
of
just,
it.
yeah,
yeah.
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 My
But
adventure
dang,
outside, definitely.
it's still like almost 2 hours
Almost.
though with just two
Yeah,
episodes.
for real. We just talk too much. We talk too much about everything, so
Hmm. Let me go check on Amy. Getting dark.
I know. Like it's starting to get dark there. It's about your bedtime, huh?
No, we've been going to bed later now since it's summertime, but still try to. What time y'all be going
Oh,
to
we gotta
bed?
end it out, don't we? How about we just acting
Oh,
like we
shoot.
done?
she all outside. I'm gonna
Right?
edit it and cut it, and then there's gonna be like her outside. I'm like, what in the world? How
Right.
did that happen?
Uh-oh. I'll be forgetting. Intro and
Oh,
outro. We need that.
okay. Let me
Yes.
go back in. I forgot too.
Did you wanted the outro? This stuff.
No.
You wanted
I
the
what
outro?
what would we say?
This
What
well,
did
this is
we?
Three Moms
This
Breaking Down, episodes 10 and
okay.
11. Catch you next time.
Okay. Ready? Wait. Well, this was Three Moms Breaking Down, Real Housewives, episode 10 and 11. That's that. So we'll be back next time
Bye.
with 12,
And
13, right?
13.
Yeah, we'll be
Yeah.
back.
Check it
Bye.
out.
Bye. Bye. And see.